Hello, welcome to The View from the IDB. I'm here with Santiago Levy, who is the Vice Chairman for Sectors at the Inter-American Development Bank. Thank you for joining me. You have just concluded a presentation of a report that supports the idea of greater integration in Latin America. Can you give me the details?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. Basically, what we're proposing to the governors of the bank is that through technical adjustments to rules of origin and some links in the free trade agreements that are within countries of the region, we can make important advances in furthering integration and trade within the Caribbean and Latin American region. The technical details are explained in the report, but basically what we're saying here is we have advanced more than sometimes we realize. More than 80% of trade in the region is already without tariffs. So there's only 20% to go. And there are 33 different free trade agreements between various countries of the region or various blocks of countries within the region. So again, there's a lot of work that has already been done. So the number of links, agreements between individual countries of the region that need to be completed is less than the ones that have already been completed. And part of the obstacles that we have to surmount is that, plus the fact that many of these agreements have rules that are not compatible with each other. And that makes the agreements very complex to administer. So proposal is to simplify.
Okay, so you've just presented this report to a group of ministers here at the IDB, and I want to ask you obviously about their reception, their comments on the report. But before that, you mentioned the challenges in integrating existing trade agreements. And so we probably have to talk about Mercosur and the Pacific Alliance and how, for example, a link between those countries would work in practice.
Well, that's something to be negotiated by the ministers, but I think there's increasing recognition by everybody that these are two very important blocks of trading countries within the region. You know, they have some of the largest countries in the region are either in Mercosur or in La Alianza del Pacífico, and that linking these two blocks would further, importantly, integration within the region. The exact details as to the whats and whens very much belong to the ministers, not to the IDB. Our role is a supporting role. But my sense is that, yes, there's a recognition that this is the route to go. Yeah. When exactly and whether this will be done on a bilateral basis or on a block-by-block basis, I think is yet to be determined.
Okay. What about then a closely connected, in terms of trade, Latin America, in respect to trade with other parts of the world, Asia in particular?
Latin American integration can advance in parallel with integration of either individual countries of the region or blocks of countries of the region with anybody outside of the region, being Asia, being the United States and Canada, be it Europe. Many countries in Latin America and the Caribbean today have already extra-regional free trade agreements. Mexico has one with the European Community, Central America has one with the United States, the Caribbean countries have one with the United States. So these can continue. The proposal that we're making in the report is more within the region, and that runs parallel and it's not exclusive with what is being done outside the region.
Very good. And of course, you briefly mentioned that the report was well received by the ministers that you presented to. Any perhaps a particular comment that you would like to highlight from specific countries that maybe showed greater interest?
No, but one thing that is noteworthy is that my sense is that the broad majority, if not everybody, within Latin America and the Caribbean realizes that trade is very important, that further integration is very important, that there have been gains from trade, and that this is a route to growth that should not be wasted.
Very well. Thank you very much for your comments, Santiago.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.